My name's Jennifer and I am one of the trainers here at the Puppy Preschool. I'm going to be working with my puppy assistant Franklin today on some object exchanges. And object exchanges fall into a category of training that we call prevention training. So basically we take things and scenarios that sometimes adult dogs have issues with, and we spend a lot of time when they're puppies teaching them that those scenarios result in wonderful things happening to them. So in the case of object exchanges, what I want to do is teach Franklin that if he has possession of some kind of valued object, if he's chewing on a bone, if he's playing with a toy, if he steals a sock and runs off with it and you want to come and take it from him, that if somebody comes up and removes that item from him, he's going to get all kinds of treats. Now, just because you do prevention training, object exchange exercises with your puppy doesn't mean that they would ever have any kind of a problem with something being taken from them when they're an adult. It's just a heck of a lot easier to be proactive and teach puppies to love those things rather than waiting until you're an adult and then discovering that you have a problem that you have to try to turn around. So there's a couple of things that I have ready for my object exchange games. I have some very, very high value treats here. Doesn't matter what you use as long as it's something that's really, really delicious for your puppy. And then I have 3 different objects of varying levels of value. Nylabone is probably not going to be that exciting. I have a Kong that I've put a little bit of peanut butter inside of, and then I have a really excellent meaty bone. When you do your object exchanges, you want to start with things that your puppy probably won't care about that much. So a soft toy is a good choice, some sort of low-level bone. Pay attention to the things that your puppy will probably hold but doesn't seem that excited about, and start with those. Okay, so we're going to start with the Nylabone. I'm going to hold it in my hand. I'm going to offer it to Franklin. I want him to interact with it for just a couple seconds. Then I'm going to gently take it away, and out of my pocket, I'm going to pull some of those high-value treats, and I'm going to feed them to him. You want to make sure that those treats get into his cute little face within about 2 seconds of the bone going away, so that he can make the connection that taking the bone is what made the treats happen. As soon as he's eaten those treats, I return the bone to him for a little bit more interaction. Now, since this is the first time Franklin and I are working on this, I only want to let him engage with the object for a couple of seconds, and I want to keep possession of it. As I continue to work these things with him and he gets better and better and better at them, I will allow Franklin to hold on to that object, put it down on the ground, and have it for longer amounts of time. But since this is brand new, we want to make sure that we start out really easy. Okay, I'm going to switch up to my Kong now. Remember, there's a little bit of peanut butter inside, so it's going to be more interesting. I want to let him interact with it for just a couple seconds, and then I take it and then feed a treat from the other hand. Kong comes back to him. Away it goes, and I feed that treat. Now, as I do these exercises, I watch Franklin for signs that he might be uncomfortable with what I'm doing. Some things to look for. If he's chewing on something and he starts chewing on it way faster or harder than what he was doing when you start coming up, that's a sign he might be a little uncomfortable. If he gives you some very hard, direct eye contact, if the body gets very, very, very stiff, if they start to growl or show teeth or anything like that, those would all be signs from your puppy that they're just not crazy about what you're doing. Now, we love those signs. Those are a puppy's polite way of saying, please go away, I don't want to share with you right now. All it does is let us know that we should work really hard on these exercises right now to help our puppies get comfortable with this before they're adults. However, if you're practicing these exercises at home and you see something like this, please stop what you're doing and let a dog spot trainer, or if you're working with another trainer, know so that they can help coach you through the best way to handle that kind of stuff. Good boy, Franklin. Okay, I'm going to move up to my high-level bone now. I want to offer it to him. Just a few seconds of chewing, and then away it goes, and out comes my treat. Good boy. He's like, oh, I like that bone. Couple seconds of chewing, away it goes, out comes my treat. Good. Couple seconds, and out comes my treat. Good boy. Now, if you're practicing these exercises with something that you know it's safe for your puppy to have, it's great to end your final session by taking your bone away, feeding your treat, and then giving the bone back, and then just leave it with the puppy for a while so they can have a good chewing activity. We'd like them to learn that if somebody comes up while they're chewing and takes their thing, something wonderful as an exchange, and then a lot of times they just get that object back and they can have a nice chewing activity with it. Of course, if it's something you're not sure that is safe for your puppy to have, or if it's something you know is not safe for your puppy to have, you're not going to give it back. But it's always nice to end that session with a nice long chew if you can. There you go, Franklin. Good boy.